Over the past few months, I have met with dozens of the top contractors across North America. We've had a lot of frank conversations about the challenges they're facing and the resulting uncertainty. And since contractors are not the type to shy away from a challenge, they've also shared with me what they're doing to adapt. I realized that some of these topics and takeaways might be helpful, so I wanted to pass them along. Here are 3 construction trends that seem to be on everyone's minds, and the strategies companies are taking to respond. Okay, trend number 1 is shifting focus and expanding markets. In places like Seattle and Chicago, high-rise work has slowed, so contractors are pivoting to different types of projects, such as special projects and public work. At the same time, firms are trying to break into some of the booming sectors like industrial or mission-critical work, or they're trying to expand to some of the high-demand regions like Texas and Florida. But getting in isn't easy, especially if you don't think you have the right experience. A lot of the companies I spoke with are in this phase right now, knowing that they need to diversify, but trying to weigh all of the different variables to determine where. So how are companies adapting? We hear this all the time. We didn't bid this project because we didn't think we had someone with the right experience, and then we realized a week later that so-and-so down the hall actually worked on a project just like this one at their past employer. Or, oh, I didn't know that you wanted to relocate to Houston. We could have put you on this pursuit. That's why many companies are getting more intentional about surfacing information about their people, their past projects, their training, their career goals, and their client connections. When work slows down, knowing exactly the skills that you have in-house is so critical to being able to pursue new sectors or markets with confidence. Trend number 2 is all about forecasting. Now, of course, project timelines are constantly changing in construction, but we're hearing this happen even more so right now, with projects being paused, canceled, delayed, and of course, plans fall out of sync very quickly when this happens. Gone are the days when forecasting was just a quarterly check-in. It is now something we're seeing teams revisit weekly or even daily. So how are companies adapting? To stay ahead, contractors are getting more agile with their forecasting. Nobody wants to be stuck needing a layoff, so they're planning scenarios, they're pressure testing their plans, and they're looking at what's likely, not just what's ideal. And almost every company I spoke to brought up the same thing: CRM hygiene. It used to be that pursuit data just lived in people's heads, but that just does not cut it anymore. Teams are really cracking down on making sure that pursuit data is up to date, it's shareable, and it's actually useful. Teams need to be able to understand where they're at so they can plan together and not just in silos. And trend number 3 is sharing resources across the business. With some regions booming and others slowing, companies with multiple offices are looking for opportunities to shift resources to where they're needed most. So how are companies adapting? Sharing resources has caused companies to rethink workforce planning as something that spans the entire business and not just market by market. If one office is over capacity and another is short, they're finding ways to reshuffle the workload and move talent. But this often takes a cultural shift. Teams can be territorial, and managers want to keep their people close. The fastest adapting companies are operating like well-coached teams. They're breaking down silos and making strategic plays with the talent they already have. What's clear from all of these conversations is that no one is standing still. Whether it's shifting project focus, expanding to new markets, or just trying to keep teams moving, contractors are adapting in real time to a market that is anything but predictable. The companies that are navigating this well are not necessarily the biggest. They're the ones with better visibility, tighter coordination, and a more agile approach. Do any of these trends or strategies resonate? Anything else you think I should mention? Let me know, I'd love to chat further. Bridgit is designed to support these types of strategies, so if you want to stay ahead in a shifting market, we are here to help.